Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is Rika Life. Okay, so today's video is a frog it or finish it video, and I'm going to show you how I've been working through my whips. I started off around 16 works in progress projects, and I am down to 5 or 6 now. I say 5 or 6 because the 6th one is more of a car project, so I wouldn't really count it in my ongoing projects. So that's just kind of something to pick up and put down as I find time to do it while I'm on a long drive. So without further ado, I'm going to go through my list and I'm going to try and share with you all the items. I have some of them sitting beside me and hopefully show you everything that I can. So just to let you know what the items are that are still on my whips list, I have one baby blanket. I have one large blanket made with Bernat blanket yarn, which I am on skein 4 of 6, so I am kind of getting there. One of the projects is a moss stitch shawl with the Mandala yarn, and 2 of the projects are actually mandalas. So one is a mandala being made with being made with a Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody yarn in the color Teal of Fortune, and that I'm holding 2 strands together. So I have 2 cakes and I'm holding 2 strands together for that one. The other one is called the Shapla Bill Cal. That pattern has since been discontinued, but I'm still working on it. I have it saved. So that is, I think I'm on part 2 and there are 4 or 5 parts, and I would really like to finish that project. So that's going to be a larger project on the larger side. Sorry, I'm blocking all this. I was planning to sit somewhere over here and I realized I'm blocking everything. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so that is a bigger project. So that and the Bernat blanket yarn project might be kind of long-term whips, and I might be taking a few more months to make those, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with having that. The other smaller mandala, I think I could, work on it bit by bit and get it done. But the throw, because I want to make it full size, is going to take some time. In case you haven't noticed, I have some new decor over here. This was already there, and I put up 2 mandalas I made. I put up my 2 wall hangings that used to be behind me. And then that's a cushion I made. It says love, and that says good vibes only. These are some other pillows I made. I think they're folding over because I just moved this 2 minutes ago. So those are the projects I still have in my whips list. So there's 5 of those, of which that baby blanket will be done soon and the shawl will be done soon. So I'll be left with 3 whips, and that's perfectly fine. I did all of this to be accountable, and it really worked out well for me. Other than the baby blankets I started while I was away, I didn't start any new projects. So I actually have another document where I've been writing down the new projects I want to make, and there are about 6 projects that I want to start. One of which is a long-term project, but I'm not starting them yet. So I'm going to try to knock out as much as I can before I start something new. And that's why I'm sharing that here, so that I can be held accountable for that. All right. So in terms of projects that I completed, as you know, I was making cardigans. So I did finish the lime green cardigan for my daughter's friend. I don't have that anymore because that's been gifted, but you can see pictures of that in the community tab. I think I've put up a post about that and I've shared that before. And then I have the 2 adult cardigans. So I finished a pink cardigan and a blue cardigan. For those 2, I used Line Brand Mandala Ombre in the color Pure. So that yarn is actually a mix of 2 colors. It has both blue and pink. And it kind of runs for a bit with the blue, and then it switches to pink, and it goes back and forth. it just so happened that my daughter's teacher's favorite colors, there's two teachers, one loves blue, one loves pink. And I had used that yarn for a large blanket that I made for my TV room, which I finished, and then I still had about 6 balls left. So that's what I used. I almost finished the blue yarn, but I still had quite a bit of pink yarn left. So I don't think the cakes were even. But I want to say that I would say then, at least 3 cakes each in order to create the cardigans. I've already shown you the pink cardigan, but I have it here. This is the pink cardigan that I finished. Let's see if I can just put it on quickly and show that to you. So I would say this is probably a large size, at least a large, definitely not a small or medium because I'm a little bit heavy up top. And I just made 2 panels. These are hexagon cardigans, so I made 2 panels and then I sewed them together. I mean, I didn't sew them together. I crocheted them together. And then I also did the crochet at the top to complete the sleeve on both sides. And then at the bottom, after I finished the hexagon part of it, I added about 10 rows of length. So this is the pink cardigan, and this will be gifted to one of her teachers. And I also finished, I think I finished the blue cardigan, which now you're going to see me working on it in a video that's coming out next week, but that I had already recorded, and now when I'm recording this video, I'm actually done it. So don't mind that. We're going back and forth in time, but I haven't actually woven in the ends on this one, but where's the front? So, okay. So I think this is the outside of it. Yeah. So this is the blue cardigan. You can see how vibrant this color is kind of compared to the pink. The pink was a very soft color and this blue is very vibrant. So again, I did the exact same thing. I made 2 hexagons. I made 2 extra rows in the back and then joined them. I made the crochet seams on both sides. And then at the bottom I added, I think in this one I only had enough yarn to add 9 rows. But yeah, those are the 2 cardigans. So those are done. And I still have yet to make a cardigan for myself. That's not even on the list of things that I want to do. I didn't even write that down. I need to do a cardigan for myself. The yarn that I have earmarked for a cardigan for myself is still the Line Brand Mandala bonus bundle in the color Giant. And that's like a rainbow of colors. It has yellows and blues and pinks, and it's just like a very happy color. So that'll come sometime in the future. Okay, I did frog 2 projects. So I was doing, by Hooked on Sunshine, she has a pattern called Doodad. And I was using Red Heart It's a Wrap Rainbow in the color Foggy. And I had started that. I have frogged it. And I will be using that yarn for something else. So that's off my WIP list. The reason I frogged that is because I was holding strands together and it wasn't coming out nicely. That stitch definition wasn't there, and I just felt like it was very laborious to hold so many strands together. I was holding 4 strands together. So scrap that project. The other one I frogged was actually one I was making with Line Brand Mandala sparkle yarn. I think the color might have been Draco. And I frogged that. I was making a V-stitch square. It was looking okay, but I wasn't really feeling it for the yarn. I didn't think it was a good use of that yarn. It wasn't really exciting me at all. So I have frogged that, and I've kept that yarn with the cake, and I'll make something else. Okay. Another one that I finished, so that I haven't shared. Oh, I don't think the scarf is even in here. Where is it? It's up top somewhere. I finished a scarf that was in Red Heart. I think I want to say Red Heart Unforgettable yarn, and so I finished it. It was just a simple scarf that I finished. I I can't see where that is right now. And then I finished, so I was making a moss stitch square. I had bought some yarn on clearance from Hobby Lobby, and I had used it for other projects, and then I had some left. So I made this moss stitch blanket, baby blanket. So it has the pinks, the maroons, and then this color. And this is what it looks like. It's pretty big. So this is just like a baby blanket. The inside one actually has flax in it, so I don't know that it is really soft, and this is soft, and the border is really soft. But I was able to finish this project. I did have the idea, so I kind of, you can see that I stopped right here. I don't even know which side is the front right now. I think this is the front. I did stop right here because I was thinking I would make this into a scrap moss stitch square. I do have other bulky 5-weight yarns that I have scraps of, so I was thinking of just adding them onto this and letting this be an ongoing project. So I am counting this as finished, but now I'm making it into a scrap blanket. So I'm gonna just keep that on the side, and when I go through those bulky weights, I'll just keep adding them to this, and we'll just keep going on this one. Okay, so next I have my blue corner to corner, and I feel like I have shared this. I don't know why it was still in my whip list, but I will share it again. So this is my blue corner to corner, and I call this my C2C mashup. So this is a mashup of cinnamon swirl cakes in the color Snow Cone and Big Twist Value in the color Sapphire. So there is a pattern for this, like a tutorial for this that I made. It's on my channel on my tutorials playlist, so you can find that. And the reason I made a tutorial is because I have told you exactly how many rows to do in the solid color and how many rows for this, and how it keeps going forward, where to start decreasing to make it square. So that is a project. I really, really loved working on this, and these two yarns worked so beautifully together. Like, I can't even tell you. They worked like it was made for this project. It's just like seamless. It's the same thickness. They both feel around the same. They're both, not super duper soft, but soft enough. I'm sure they will get softer with washing. So I really enjoyed this project, and check out my tutorial for it. There's a couple of videos about this. So that's that one. And then there was a smaller project. So I had a square that I had made, and I was planning to extend it. This is the square. This is done with Lion Brand ice cream yarn in the color Parfait. This is not my own design. This is someone else's design. And I was planning to just keep extending it. So I had done a couple of rows of my own, which were up here. And I was planning to just keep going with it and keep extending it. I've had this sitting in a whip bag for so long, and I just realized that it's not bringing me any happiness. Yes, it's very beautiful colors, but it's not making me excited. So I decided to just cut it off, just stop and leave it. So I still have that yarn. If in the future I feel like extending this further, I can. Otherwise, if I really don't want to keep the square, I can always use it for stuffing, or, just keep it. So that is finished. I'm not going to be working on that. Next we have another creation of mine. So this pattern is I think it's called a block stitch. I finally saw another tutorial. I've seen one of Crystal's tutorials on an easy blanket, and it's using a block stitch. And then I recently came across another YouTube video by someone else, and I realized I was calling it the brick stitch. I think it's called a block stitch now. So I did use Crystal's pattern, Crystal over at Bag O' Day Crochet, and this is what I made. I have also shown this on the channel before, but I will share it again. So I I didn't make a tutorial for this, but this is my own creation, and I say that because I decided I had Karen's skinny cakes. This was my first time buying skinny cakes, and I was so excited by the colors, not excited by the weight. It's a 3 weight. It was also almost 800 yards of a 3 weight, and I felt like I would be sitting there forever working on this. So I thought, why not mix it with the worsted weight yarn? And so this is actually what I used, Big Twist Value in the color white. And what I did is I held that with the Karen Skinny Cake, and I did this block stitch pattern. Somehow I lost interest, and I put this in one of my bins behind me. And then one day I was walking by and I saw this magenta color beside this project. I didn't remember putting it there. I mean, at some point I must have put it there. When I saw that, there was this spark, and I was like so excited, and I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick this up right now, and I'm going to get this going. So what I did then is I used white for, I think it was like 7 rows. And then I switched to that magenta color. So it's Big Twist Value in, I think it's called magenta. And so I did the same thing. I used the Karen Skinny Cake with the magenta for 7 rows. Again, then I did the white for 7 rows, around 7 rows. 7 rows. This turned out so beautifully. I just like absolutely love this blanket. It makes me so happy. So much so that I am going to make another one. And I can show you what I'm making. And I've shared this before, but I'll share it with you again because this is just like, I want to give people this inspiration. I want them to know what they can do with their yarn. So just as I'd use the cinnamon swirl cake in the other corner to corner mashup, in this I used a Karen Skinny Cake. And so this would work with any 3 weight yarn. And that is the reason why I have so much of Lion Brand Mandala yarn, and I am going to do it again. So I'm going to show you the yarn. This is on my list of things I want to make. So for this one, the thin yarn that I have is Lion Brand Mandala in the color Unicorn. That's what it looks like. And I have 2 of them. So they're both a little bit different. This one has a little bit of blue in it. This one, I feel, it does have that blue, but it feels more gray to me. So these are the thin yarns. They're 590 yards each. So I'm almost working with 1,200 yards here. And I am joining them. I will be holding one strand of white for part of it, cerulean blue for part of it, and I think it's called watermelon. Yeah, watermelon for part of it. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just picking these colors that are popping out of here, and I'm going to be doing that. So let me see if I can hold that so that you can get a better idea of what this is going to look like. So maybe I can hold it like this. Something like that. So all of those colors together. And it's going to look, I'm going to do the same block stitch pattern, whether I use crystals or the other person's. It's going to be a block stitch. That's what I'm thinking so far. And I'm going to make the same thing, except this time I'll have 3 colors instead of 2. And I'm just so excited. It's such a nice way to use my mandala yarn, because the same thing happens with me with the mandala yarn, where I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so thin, and what am I going to do, and how am I going to use this? And it just so happened that the mandala yarn was on sale, I think in, when was this now? It's been a few months, but it was on sale for $4.99 at Joann's, and that's the lowest I've ever seen it. I think I did have a coupon on top of that, but my point being, I bought one off, so I just bought one of a bunch of different colors. Now I realize when I'm buying Lion Brand Mandala, I'm going to buy it in 2s. At least 2 cakes of each color, because otherwise I can't do this kind of project. And otherwise, if they were of the same dye lot, I could at least hold them 2 strands together and make something. And I did do that recently. I did that earlier this year. I made a baby blanket for my friend, and I held 2 strands together of troll, mandala, lion brand mandala and troll, and I made a baby blanket, and it turned out so good. It was so soft and squishy, and it was just perfect. So lesson to myself and lesson for all of us: buy 2 cakes of lion brand mandala. Try to get the same dye lot. That might only happen if you're in store, but in any case, try to buy 2 cakes, and especially for that because of the color changes. So that's my recommendation. What else is on my list? I think we've gone through everything. Yes. Okay, so those were all of my frogging projects and all of my completed projects, and I told you about the remaining projects I have. And now, if you are so interested, I can share with you my to-dos, my the projects that I really want to make. So sorry, there's one other project, but I think I'm going to share that in a different video because I'd like to make a separate video for it. So the projects that I want to make now. So I'm going to get down to about 2 or 3 whips, and then I'm going to start my projects. So I have had Red Heart Unforgettable yarn, and I think I have 9 balls of each. I have 9 balls of the color Red Sea and 9 balls of the color Heirloom. I bought those when they were on sale. I'm not sure if those colors are discontinued. They could be. But I have been, because I made this Red Heart top, now I'm thinking of other wearables. And I have come across a cocoon shrug before. So I really want to make that. And I'm going to use the Red Heart Unforgettable for that. It seems like a relatively easy pattern with one giant granny square, and then you kind of add in some elements at the end. It's going to take about 7 balls of that yarn, and I have 9. So that's one of the projects I want to do. The second project is the one I just showed you, the mandala with the big twist. And then I have some, I think it's called Premier Batik DK yarn, and I have 2 colorways. I haven't found anything good to make with that, except I came across, it's called Continuous Granny Square. And basically, I think there might be another name for it too, but you're making a granny square without any gaps at all. There's no chain spaces. I mean, there are chain spaces, but the way it's being built is it's like a continuous, and you just keep going around. So you keep making a foundation row, and you keep making the granny stitch. And so it's like a very full and dense product. And I thought those yarns would look really good with it. When I ordered that yarn, I think it was from Hirschner's, I didn't realize how thin that yarn was. And so I have used some of it to make preemie caps, but I've doubled it up at times because I didn't know how to use it. It felt very nice. It's a DK weight, but it felt kind of slippery. And I didn't really know what to do with the colors. Like, they're really beautiful colors, but I just didn't know what to do with them. So, okay. And then I want to make another moss stitch square. This time I want to try and use the Premier puzzle yarn I have. So I have, yeah, that's it right there. It's in like a bluish color. So I have 2, excuse me, 2 balls of that. So I'd like to make a moss stitch square out of that. Of course, I'll be using like a, I think probably an L hook, or yeah, probably an L hook for that. The last thing, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th one that I want to make that's on my to-do list is actually another mandala pattern. And that is a crochet along that's happening now. And I think as of the recording of this video, they've released either 3 or 4 parts already. And I think there are like 10 parts maybe. That one is going to be a long-term whip because that one will take time. That one I need about 6 colors, so I need to go through my stash of Karen Simply Soft and see if I have 6 colors that would look good together. If not, I need to order some Karen Simply Soft. I make all of my large blankets with Karen Simply Soft. That is one of my all-time favorite yarns. I use my Susan Bates hooks. I have not really ever had a problem with splitting. I've not had problems with knots or with joining new yarn or unraveling. This is made with Karen Simply Soft, and that one's made with the Lion Brand. This one's made with Lion Brand Mandala yarn. But yeah, I would be using Karen Simply Soft for the large mandala that I'll be making. So I need to kind of shop my stash and go through my collection and see if I have 6 coordinating colors or I need to order more. They have some really, really beautiful colors. And sometimes it does go on sale. Sometimes it doesn't. But I'm going to look out for that. Of course, I mentioned I have another long-term mandala that I'm working on, so I likely won't be starting this until, another 3 or 4 months. So, yeah, I have 2 more things that I want to share with you in today's video. So, I had bought these coasters and I completely forgot about them, but they're yarn coasters. It says not to use them as coasters. This one says, yarn makes me happy. This one says, one more row. This one says, time to unwind. And this one says, it's a good day for yarn. So I thought these were so cute. I'm going to see if I can put them up somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I can put them up here. I just, I don't know how fragile they are. They seem a little fragile. So if you have any ideas on where I can display this, I'm not going to display them right in front of me, but, I'd like to put them somewhere. Maybe I can just put them right there so they can sit there. They'll be a little far back. You won't be able to read them, but maybe I can just set them down there for now. And the last thing that I want to share with you is actually a little yarn haul from Hirschner's. So I have already opened the box, but I have not looked inside. I do remember what I ordered, but this yarn is all new to me. So let me just grab it and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is my box. It's nice and big and quite heavy, I must say. So I have had my eye on these yarns and I bought them because on, I believe, April 1st, Hirschner's was having a 1 cent shipping. So I saved about $15 in shipping. I'm smelling something. I don't know what I'm smelling. Okay, let's move these things from the top. They always give some goodies on top. So there are some ads. And then, of course, there's their own little ad, which is nice. And there's my invoice. So I can tell you the prices on what I got. So let's start with, I think these are both new yarns, but let me just, sorry, I'm using all my space for other stuff. So I think I ordered 2 of each color. Let me just see here. I did. I hope, I don't know what's happening here. I don't see, okay. This is the way they've packed them. So 2 of those. Okay. I thought I was missing some yarn. This looks like a lot of yarn, doesn't it? Okay, let me put this down. Oops. Getting caught in my project. Okay. I bought Hirschner's Baby Sparkle Yarn. I bought this yarn. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the sparkles on there? They're not shimmering, but they are part of, let me see if I can move the light. Can you kind of see that? Yeah, you can see it now. So I bought it in 6 colors because I thought I could make something fun with this, a nice baby blanket, or maybe even more than one. I bought it in the color baby yellow, peach. Sorry, my light is getting messed up. Okay. Peach. It's getting too dark. Peach. This is meadow. It's not as lime green. I mean, it's kind of lime green, but yeah, that's meadow. This is thistle, purple. This is dream. It's a really nice blue color. And this is fairy tale. It's this beautiful pink color. So I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I don't have that yarn here. Okay. The baby blanket that I'm still working on right now is using a Hobby Lobby brand, Baby Bee. I think it's called Sweet Delight Pomp. And I swear this yarn just reminded me of that because it's wound almost exactly the same. And it pretty much looks exactly the same. But I need to work with this yarn to see what it feels like. Just on first touch, it feels a little bit rougher than what I'm working with, but it's not too bad. So I'm hoping, let me see if I can, yeah, you can see the sparkles in there. You can see the sparkles in there. In this one, it's getting too dark. This one. These are really pretty, guys. Oh my gosh. I was so excited looking at the colors on the website, and they're pretty true to colors. So let me just tell you about this yarn. It's Hirschner's Baby Sparkle. And each ball, it's a light number weight, a 3 weight. Each ball is 90% acrylic, 10% nylon. 3 ounces, 85 grams, 190 yards or 174 meters. Recommends an H or 5 millimeter hook. Machine wash, dry flat. So that's why I ordered 2 of each ball so that I have enough. It feels okay. I thought Hirschner's usually puts that center pull thing. I guess they didn't do it this time. I don't know why I'm pulling it. I was hoping that one of these would be the end. Nope. Yes, maybe. There we go. I pulled out the other side. This is not the end. Okay, so this is 6 colors. I wonder if I could, I probably could make that mandala on this, but because it has a sparkle, it's not going to show that stitch definition off as good as I would hope. So this is going to be a different baby blanket. This, I'm going to have to look for something really beautiful so that I can put these colors together. I'm going to hold up one of each color so you can see them together. I think this is such a beautiful array of, they're all like baby pastel colors, but let's see. They're so beautiful. Look at them. Oh, it's getting dark. Okay. So that was my baby yarn that I purchased from Hirschner's. Let me just move these on the side and then I will show you the rest of my order. I'm very excited to use these. I'm so happy I bought them. And I'm so happy that I could find something comparable to what I had used before because, sorry, they're just falling everywhere. Because I was afraid that Baby Bee line was completely gone, like discontinued. And now I feel like I've found somewhat of an alternative. The reason I bought this yarn was because I wanted something that had sparkle that didn't have a metallic fiber in it. Because I find that when you use something that has a metallic fiber, it completely makes the fabric scratchy. And this does not have any metallic. This is actually nylon. So it's just weaved throughout and hopefully it'll remain soft. Okay, one of my skeins has gone like way over there. I'll get it later. So those were $2.99 each. That was the sale price. And now I'm going to show you the other Hirschner's yarn, which is Hirschner's Sweet Swirls. And I bought that in 3 colorways: Pink Pop, Bright Baby, and Fresh Air. And those were $6.99 each. And yeah, I paid 1 cent for shipping. It's funny, right? Because I spent, you know, $83 to buy this yarn. Only because I could get 1 cent shipping. So they get you with the shipping, you know, in your mind, it's like you're saving money, but I actually spent $83. It's okay. All right. Let's take out the Hirschner's Sweet Swirls. Oh my gosh, these look good. I feel like some of the colors were a little bit different online, but let's see. These are kind of reminding me of like the Premier Puzzle yarn. It's giving me that vibe. Okay. Ooh, it's soft. This is Hirschner's Sweet Swirls yarn. This is the color Pink Pop. I'll hold that here because it's getting dark when I come close. This is the color Fresh Air. It has some blues and purples. And this is the color Bright Baby. This is really like neon. It's like neon bright. Lime green, neon yellow, neon orange, neon pink. Yeah. So, I'll just let you look at that, and I'm going to tell you the stats of this yarn. This is 100% acrylic. It is 7 ounces, 200 grams, 612 yards or 560 meters. Recommends an H 5mm hook, machine wash and dry, made in Turkey. It's also a light number 3. It's a 3 weight, but it feels really good. It doesn't feel like, it feels thicker, I want to say. No, some parts of it, I guess. I want to say it feels thicker than the Mandala yarn, but it pretty much feels the same. Yeah, the lot number's on here, but it doesn't say when it was made. So, oh, they did give me the same lot number. So this looks really pretty. So this is giving me those Premier Puzzle vibes, but Premier Puzzle is I want to say a worsted weight or a bulky weight, and this is at number 3. So this would make a beautiful baby blanket. I can already see like the moss stitch would look amazing in this. I'm going to hold it a little bit. It's getting too dark. A little bit closer so you can see those, sorry, my camera, those colors. And I really love this one. This one is like so nice and bright. Maybe we can make some really nice hats for the cancer patients out of this. I don't know. It's so bright. It's so cheery. Like, or something for kids. Well, how many yards was it again? It is 612 yards. So that's about 1,224 yards. I mean, I could even make a cardigan out of this. Yeah, I can make a cardigan. That would be a really fun cardigan. Or at least some sort of wearable, a top maybe, not a hexie cardi. Though I know how to make them now, so I could easily make them. But, oh, these are nice. I like these. So, you can tell my yarn ban is over. I kind of held myself back for like 2 months, and I was trying to work through my stash, which I did. I worked through a lot of my whips. I only have 5 left, and I'll be down to 3 very soon. So I'm doing good. So pat myself on the back. And now I have all these luscious new yarns. I have this yarn. I have the baby sparkle yarn. I'm always really happy with yarn that I buy from Hirschner's. Because of their deals on shipping and because of their sometimes sale prices online, I like to buy yarn from them and try out new things. And this is one of those purchases where I'm trying out new things. I don't see these hanging around in my stash for too long. These are like beautiful colors, and I think I'm going to just dive in very soon. So I'm going to have to watch out. I'm kind of like, I'm looking at what did they send me of their future sales. They sent me this ad. There's Cover Story, Lazy Days, some sale on cotton yarns, patchwork. On the front they have Premier. Yeah, I tried Premier Momenti. This is the Premier Momenti up there. And I've tried that yarn, but it was okay. It wasn't amazing. I haven't tried a lot of these yarns, but I think I'm okay with what I purchased today. I've actually been it's been a couple of days since I received this box, and I'm only opening it now because I wanted to make this video and I wanted it to be live. You know, I didn't want to open this in it like ahead of time and then, you know, show it to you later. I wanted to show you the excitement, and as you can see, I'm super excited. So yes, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my new decor in my room. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon.